Jane. I thought I'd give you I want to get through these slides fairly quickly because I think the most valuable thing is the question and answer thing, and you'll be able to ask questions. So I thought I'd just give you a little bit about the Henry Smith charity itself. We're an endowed foundation established in 1628. For anyone that's interested, Henry Smith made his money from property. So none of our income is from slavery. It's all from, he was a wealthy landowner and property owner, and he set up this trust in the last years of his life because he wanted to alleviate poverty. There are two main grants programs that I'm going to talk about. And also on the delegate list, I noticed there were a number of Christian faith organisations. So I'm going to touch very, very briefly on our Christian Projects Grants programme as well. So the two main programmes, Improving Lives and Strengthening Communities, we awarded 30 million of main grants last year. Really proud of everybody because we carried on our main grant making throughout COVID and we spent to budget. We felt it was really important to carry on giving organisations the grants that they needed, core costs, running costs, that all still happens regardless of lockdown and COVID and everything else. You can apply for 3-year grants and to a maximum of 9 years. So it's a 3 and then you can apply again, and then we ask organisations to have a break after that. We receive about 250 eligible applications each quarter, and there's a 2-stage process. Only about 20% get through to our stage 2. And for anybody applying, you would get a decision within 8 weeks about whether you're going through to the 2nd stage. At our stage 2, it sort of flips the other way round. We award about 90% of applicants with a grant at stage 2, and we visit every applicant. We do that in person, obviously normally, and during lockdown we've been doing it online. And we have a fantastic team of volunteer visitors around the UK who do these visits for us, and it's a structured visit. We really want to get to know you as an organisation because we could potentially have a 9-year relationship with you. So I would advise anyone applying, allow for a 6-month end-to-end process, but you may get a decision sooner depending on the timescale. Next slide, please. So our Improving Lives programme is outcomes focused. It's based on 6 funding priorities, which you can find out about on our website. For this programme, you'd need to have an income range between 50k and 3 million. You can apply up to 60k per year. And we want to be flexible with organisations, and we say to people, you apply for what is most helpful for you. If running costs is the thing that's most helpful, apply for that. If you prefer to apply for a project cost, apply for that, but it's entirely up to you. The main reasons that grants are not approved by our trustees are around governance and management, safeguarding and outcomes, and these are often things that come up at our stage 2 process. And this programme is UK-wide. Next slide, please. Sorry, that's it. So our Strengthening Communities, whereas Improving Lives is outcomes focused, our Strengthening Communities programme is more outputs or activities, if you like. And we're looking for community-based organisations that are run by and with and for the community. And right up until now, we said based in areas of deprivation, that's the 10% for England. We're just about to change our guidance in the next 2 weeks, and this will be up on our website, to say you can be next to an area of deprivation. And that's because sometimes just through practicalities, we've been collecting evidence about this, but there might be an organisation where the office is literally across the road from the community, you know, within which it works. So we wanted to be a bit more flexible. For this programme, the organisational income range is between 20k and 500k. And For this grant size, again, up to 60k per year, and these are for running cost grants, so this is for the whole organisation. And the main reasons grants are not approved by trustees from our community Strengthening Communities programme is to do with governance and management and safeguarding. So similar to the Improving Lives at SET, we don't look at outcomes for these, we look at outputs, the number of people that are using the services and the different types of activities that are provided. It's a UK-wide programme, but one of the reasons I'm really pleased to be invited today is we are particularly looking for applications from the wider Greater Manchester area. We're kind of underrepresented, if you like, in this programme from community organisations working in the whole Greater Manchester and Thameside area. Next slide, please. And as I said, I thought I'd touch very, very briefly on our Christian Projects Grant Programme for those of you working in Christian faith organisations. Unlike the Improving Lives and Strengthening Communities programme, where actually promotion of faith would make projects ineligible to apply for those programmes, our Christian Projects Grant Programme is explicitly for organisations to promote Christian faith and to grow churches. Henry Smith himself was a devout Christian, and this was really important to him, and it's something that's carried on since the 1700s to promote Christians' faith. There are 3 priorities under this programme: meeting the spiritual needs of older people, especially those people with dementia, reaching the unchurched, and that's particularly looking at families and younger people, and support projects that provide support for Anglican clergy at times of acute need. For this, the organisational income ranges up to 1 million. It can be for churches, charities and non-profit organisations. And the grant size is up to 10k per year for these, up to 3 years. Most grants are between 1 and 2 years in this programme. And again, it's UK-wide, and you would allow for a 5-month process. And finally, all our guidance on all our programmes is on the website. We've got an online application process, but you can download the application forms so that you can see what the questions are before you would register and start an application. We have started, and we set this up in lockdown, and actually it's working out much better. We've got an inquiry form on the website, and if you fill that in, tell us what you want to know. You know, once you've looked at all the guidance, if something's not clear or you want a more specific inquiry, fill in the form on the website and submit it. And we've got a rota system, and we will get back to you within 3 working days. I have put the telephone number up again, but really, I think the website inquiry form works better, because then we can allocate it to a specific individual who's most appropriate to deal with your inquiry. Whereas on the phone, sometimes you get bounced around our voicemail systems and don't always get through to the right person.